Welcome to Hot Shots TV. I'm Scott Briard, and you're here for another episode of This Is Darts. Tonight, it's already dark outside, but that's okay. Tonight we want to go over some great things happening across the country this month. Tournaments everywhere. I think we got something touching almost every province, at least every major city anyway. Coming up in the month of November for us here in Canada. We want to give away some prizes tonight. We've got... like we mentioned back in October, we had a contest where a lot of you sent in stories on how you started in this great game called darts. We've got some fun ones to review, some real interesting ones, and then we're going to pull our winner. We're giving away a dart showcase, a great dart cabinet with a dart holder, dart scoreboard, as well as a no-door dartboard. So we've got that packaged up, ready to go. We're going to draw our winner tonight, but we're going to have some fun, and we're going to touch on some stories on how some people got started in the game. And as well, we got to look back. October, what a heck of a tournament in the UK. I posted some blogs there, and I had some information and links on how you could watch it live. I hope you did. Adrian Lewis finally took out Phil Taylor. Unbelievable semi-finals of the Bodog World Grand Prix. Let's just start there. Let's get into this. I was going to say this for the end, but he finally beat him on television. Major event, huge prize money. Taylor doesn't usually lose when big prize money's on the line. Have a look at the PDC Order of Merit. Taylor's at like almost £2 million of earnings in the last 2 years. And you got Barneveld and Wade, and all these guys are way down. Why? Because Taylor's unstoppable. He's kind of like the Tiger Woods of darts, and, well, you know what stopped Tiger. Who knows if it'll stop Phil? But anyway, Lewis got him 5-4. It was a great event. I watched the entire match. It was a Saturday afternoon, the semifinals, and it was stellar. Lewis hit 16 180s in the semifinal alone. They were missing 9 darters. Lewis had a shot at one. I think he missed a triple 17 to leave himself the double for a 9 darter. Taylor next shot takes out a 170. I mean, you leave yourself 24 after 9 darts, and your opponent takes out a 170. Anyway, brilliant game. Lewis went on, lost to Wade in the finals, but I don't think it mattered at that point. He finally beat Taylor in a major world televised tournament, and I think Taylor, if he was happy to lose to anybody, was probably Lewis. He spent a lot of time with Adrian when he first started. They say he mentored him like Bristol mentored Taylor. Anyway, could Lewis be our next world champion? Could he be the next one to come up under Barneveld and Taylor? I don't know. Could be interesting. I thought Wade and Terry Jenkins, I thought, actually, were going to be one of our next world champions. But Lewis could have it. He finally proved that he had it on TV to beat Phil Taylor. Let's just see if he has it in this year's world championships. And, well, that's less than 2 months away, so we'll keep track of that. Coming up this month, November, you got to get out there because there's tournaments going on everywhere. And there's no better chance for you to become a dart player than to get out to one of these damn tournaments. Who cares if you lose first match? You've got out there, you've tried. Most entry fee into these tournaments is not big bucks. It's not like heading off to a PGA event where it's thousands of dollars in entry fees. I mean, some of these things are $10, $15, $20, and what a great chance it is for you to experience what it's like playing better players. So your game also improves, and that's the one thing. We have a ton of dart players at Shop here at Hot Shots. You know that. And the one thing that gets me is always the guys that come in, and I've seen them 5 years, 7 years, 8 years. I've been doing this now 11 years next month, 11 years. See a lot of people, and what kills me is after all these years, there are guys that hide down in the lowest divisions. The trophy guys, the guys that want to win all the trophies at the end of the year, and they don't care if it came from winning B Division and B Division singles or what it may be. The guys who become better at this game move up. Always try and get into the higher league divisions. It's the only way you're going to get to become a better player is play against better players, get your butt kicked a few times, but sooner or later you're going to learn, and then you're going to have a better chance to hit high scores, hit the doubles, because you're going to be there right in the actual play of the game against better players. Don't just stick around and beat everybody in B Division. Get out there. Sign up for teams that are in higher divisions. Anyway, get out there and play in some tournaments. This month alone, I don't care where you are in Canada this month, something's happening somewhere for you. It starts off this weekend. You get the Thunder Bay Open, $3,000 in prize money going on to the Moose Lodge up there in Thunder Bay. You get into next weekend, we're in Corunna, Ontario. I keep on call it Corona, Ontario. If you ever saw the spelling of it, it's pretty close. Corunna, Ontario, 100% payout for our Alf Hughes Memorial. That's next weekend, November 13th. Also that weekend, Nova Scotia Open, $5 grand in prize money in Bedford, Nova Scotia. A lot of tournaments out in Nova Scotia. I wonder if there's not much else to do sometimes but play darts, but who cares? $5,000 in prize money next weekend. Saskatchewan, $3,000 in prize money. Northern Lights opening. Northern Lights Open. Next month, Saskatchewan. Next week, Saskatchewan. That's the 13th and 14th of November. And then we get into St. John's, Newfoundland, the Molson Canadian Newfoundland Labrador Open. $3,000 in prize money. That's on the 19th through 21st. Out in Quebec, you got the Owen Hunt Memorial. That's been going on for a long time, that tournament. I remember that from when I was younger. Ran by Maggie LeBlanc. $3,000 in prize money. That's going on at Royal Canadian Legion in Lachine, Quebec. And also that weekend, Medicine Hat, Alberta, $5,700 in prize money, November 19th through 21st, the Chris Hatter Memorial. Then the next weekend, Winnipeg Open, Winnipeg Darts Association, doesn't say prize money, but it says 90% payout. Cost 10% to run the tournament, but 90% payout, which is all fine. Who knows, they could be donating part of the proceeds to a charity or such. And then last weekend in November, great events right here in Ontario. Frank Hanlon, played on a few teams with Frank. It's disappointing. It's a memorial tournament for him. He passed away, I'm going to say, somewhere about 6-8 years ago. Fishing accident, I believe. Anyway, Frank was from Etobicoke. 35 Front Street, the Royal Canadian Legion Import Credit, Saturday, November 27th. Registration 9 to 9:30. Play begins at 10 o'clock. Blind draw that's guaranteed $500 in prize money. So on a Saturday, you got nothing better to do but play some darts around Toronto. Get down to the Port Credit Legion. Great event there for a great person. And also that weekend, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Sudbury Moose Lodge. It's appropriate when there's Moose Lodges in towns like Sudbury. The Moose Lodge on Yonge Street in downtown Toronto, it's not so appropriate, but you got a Moose Lodge in Sudbury. There's moose in Sudbury. It's appropriate. Anyway, my 2 cents. You got a Kids with Cancer benefit. I like those kind of tournaments. Raise money for some charities. Great thing. Dart tournament, that's going on in Sudbury. Blind draw, ladies doubles, men doubles, ladies singles, men singles, mixed doubles. You got it all. Anyway, Sudbury, if you're up that way, last weekend in November, great, great tournament to get out to. Big tournament in the States because we can't leave out our fellow Americans down south. Buckeye Open. Columbus, my buddy Steve from Columbus, huge Buckeye fan, Ohio State. Anyway, $15,000 US, which if you start watching the exchange might be only worth about, you know, 14,999 Canadian these days. But anyway, $15,000 in prize money, Columbus, Ontario, Buckeye Open down in Columbus, and that's November 19th, November 20th. So, lots going on. I don't care where you are. And always, in the U.S., to catch all the best tournaments information, bullseyenews.com. Everything is there. And actually, most of the Canadian stuff is listed there as well. So, bullseyenews.com, we know those guys produce a great magazine, but online, great chance to find out what's going on, local tournaments in your area. Good. That's done. All right, let's get to our contest because I asked all of you, it's really cool. You know my story about darts. If you haven't, get back to some of the earlier episodes. Mom and Dad taught me how to play. I've been playing since I was 5. It was what kept our family together on weekends, at family functions, Dad's birthdays, Christmas party. Didn't matter, just name an event. Could be a Sunday afternoon. There's reason enough to have a family dart tournament, and we had a ton of them. With 3 brothers and 3 sisters, we certainly play a lot of darts at our house. And to the trailer room up in Guelph, we played a ton on weekends when we were away and all summer. Dad started dart leagues up there, the dart leagues down here, the youth dart league. I mean, we were literally involved 24/7 in darts, which appropriately, I guess that's why I'm spending the rest of my life doing this. But it was great to read some stories about some people and how they got started. And some of the fun submissions I received, Trina Hoolan from Stephenville, Newfoundland. She learned how to play from her parents, who are both dart players. She attended the Toronto National Championship, which, Trina, you mentioned you were 34 when you submitted this and mentioned you were 34 years old. I was probably there, actually. It's probably the Skyline Hotel before it became the Doubletree Hotel or whatever. But I think it was there that weekend you would have played in the Nationals. Here in Toronto back in, I'm going to say, mid-80s? No. When did I start? 87? Would have been early 90s, I think it was in Toronto. Anyway, wow, it was a while ago. Anyway, early 90s, I think it was. TJ Stevenson from UK wrote to me to say, this was one of the funniest submissions, while away on holidays, I learned how to play darts in a pub. I was 10 years old. Brilliant. And in the UK, I guess you got to start at 10 because there's so much competition over there. I guess it was appropriate that while on holidays, you're in a pub at the age of 10 learning how to play darts. Brilliant. Dave Potter from Toronto mentioned that he loves throwing darts. It relates throwing darts. It can be like a Clint Eastwood movie. It can be good, bad, or ugly. Very appropriate, Dave. And David Strong from New Mexico wrote in saying, I just started playing, watched all of your videos, think they're great. Kids and I are having a great time, and my wife and I are planning to enter a regional dart tournament next year. And David's from New Mexico, playing some darts there down south. In the U.S., brilliant to read. Anyway, stuck them all in the third little bin here. And we know we have a no-door Super Match, I think it is, we're giving away. I'll double check the video, but I think it was, well, the high-end one. Yeah, Super Match. Yep, there it is right there. Super Match on the floor over there. We're giving away a dart showcase from the great people of Palison up in Montreal, Quebec, who built these wonderful things. Great, I showed you pictures last episode. It's got a dart holder. I think it holds like 2 sets. It's got the dart chalkboard. Everything's routed and detailed to match, and then the dart surrounded in the middle, as you can, imagine with me drawing here. And then you'll have a nice no-order board to stick inside it. Anyway, we had all of our entries. Everybody stuffed into here. So let's pick somebody out. All right, it's probably my luck, one of these stories I just read. But anyway.